One.
Hi, everyone. We're having fun here. Going to be a good day for a broadcast, Mike. Fed yesterday, ECB. If you're in the room, I mean, I've been pretty much in the zone all week. And I said I put out a short in gold right here at 76. I'm out. I booked it.
Incredible.
And on Wednesday's video, I said sell pound at 129.80 to 130. The high was 95. I booked it. I said sell euro at 111.50. The high was 111.49.8.
I had no idea. Why are these moving like this?
The dollar is very strong because we had some strong economic data.
Oh, I got you.
Today.
It's almost like they were, it feels like it was a beach ball now, even after the moves.
Yeah, so the dollar, I was looking for a pullback to buy. It got to my zone, and that's a pretty powerful candle, don't you think?
It is. No, I don't think so. I know so.
And also for the, the silver squeeze guys, your squeeze is delayed. The vice is off their head. I think it's going to happen. I think this is going to be the last big break in metals here with this dollar rally.
I'm battling a couple. You know what? I'm trying not to micromanage them. As a matter of fact, I'm not. But I got my eye on them. A couple of them that I have now. So,
well, I think you have a month.
Okay.
And I think gold could trade 1800 in my view. Okay, so we're pretty far away, 1946. Anyway, no matter what you're trading, Mike, I don't care if it's FX, commodities, CFDs, stocks. I just have a little reminder for everyone.
Okay.
Use less leverage when you trade the markets. Use wider stops so you don't get picked off. If you don't use less leverage, you might lose your head and your account will be dead.
Is this an annual thing? A time?
Use less leverage.
Is that a Victor Price? You actually had it. Did you have a ukulele on your lap?
A guitar.
A guitar? Oh, I didn't hear. Unfortunately,
all right. Anyway, use less leverage is the point. And
the funny, you want to hear the funny thing is, as per maybe yesterday or Tuesday's video, whatever. As I said, I had privy to TradeView's retail accounts. Just in looking at the proverbial book, and believe me, there are tens of thousands of them, obviously in order. And there were a couple of them that started to ask for increased leverage more and more recently, and that's when I knew it. Yeah.
The guy I interviewed today said the greedometer is like almost as far as it could be. He has sentiment readings for the NAIIM and the greedometer that have never been this high.
It's been like that for a week, though. And what do we always say, Coach?
This high?
Well, give or take a point or two. You can't deny the fact it's elevated.
Yeah,
it's been elevated. I posted in TGH all the elevated levels.
Anyway, the VIX disappointed me again.
It always does. It's my worst trade.
I tell you, they call natural gas the widowmaker. So anyway, there we go. We held the low, big deal, but I don't know. Anyway, S&Ps are coming off a little bit. Mike, what are you doing in here? What the Wiseguys doing? I should stop, trading the equity side and stick to what I'm good at, like currencies and metals. But maybe I will after this correction. I still think, Mike, there's going to be correction to 4,200. Okay, I still think that there's going to be a day soon, and a lot of guys were talking 46.20 for a high. Look at the S&P on the 4 hour. We were confirming back here.
Right, Coach.
But the last two highs were not, and NASDAQ has not made a new high, and it may end up reversing. So I'd be careful out there. I'd be ringing the register. So are you doing any of that?
Am I? No, I'm playing on both sides. I'll go. Everybody knows my position.
All right. So here's the screen.
Hold on a second. Let me sign up. Let me cover my P&L. No more.
All right.
I have something working here that I want to take off. I'll show you in a second. Oh, here it is. By 3200.
I see you cleaned your office.
It's always clean, coach.
It looks pretty good, man.
It's a matter of how clean it is.
All right, I got you.
I had this ENVX short. Look at this. I'm freaking shorting this thing all day long. This was a stock I've been playing. This had the double topper into news.
Oh, wow.
And I tried to listen. Bottom line is I was laying this thing out. My first short was at what, 22.50?
Yeah.
23.15, then 23.74. So my average price is 23.05.
Nice.
So I just took it off right here at the gap, right before we got on the air.
Nice.
Stock I like big lots. And this one has some juice in it. Okay, let's go back to the routine with TGH. Actually, let me sign on because my plan has been bifurcated as well, as we've been saying sometimes. What am I playing? Here's my main screen here. You know what? It's mega, and they're taking some profits on the other ones. My main screen. Here's
we're seeing the background, which is beautiful.
It is. That's where I take Tony Pistachio.
I know. Tony's got the life of a king.
Yeah, trust me, he does. So does Mrs. Venezia.
Queen.
A little older than that. She's a little. She's not a queen anymore. She's more like a. No, she's not a princess. She's a queen. Actually, you're right. All right, Microsoft Daily.
Yeah.
I mean, completely. You look at the Qs.
Yeah.
I mean, the Qs made enough. I mean, this is, Coach, what would you call this now on a chart, regardless what it is, but it is the Qs.
A possible failing rally. I don't like that the S&Ps, I mean, that the RSI is over 70, but it either tops here or a new high. Microsoft looking much weaker. I think it's going to break that moving average.
Google, I mean, it's just some of them are acting weak. Here's my screen. Some of them act weak and some of them are not. Netflix, Roku gave a little bit back. Run, of course, this is a dogged solar company. What a move this is making.
I want to warn people who think that once in a while I can forecast a market, not to get too bulled up in the oil here. I mean, a lot of people are celebrating a breakout and it's trading $80. I saw you posted something about crude being 80. So I just don't like them here. I think a strong dollar and China's not.
That was a good short Apache right through the 200 day. Anyway.
All right. So anyway, just wanted to mention oil.
No. I sympathize. I understand what you're saying. What was STX? But you know what, Coach? I'm trading storage technology. It's a stock.
That's a hell of a candle.
Well, it is a hell of a candle. It's storage technology. Disk drive maker.
Yeah.
Lam Research had earnings. That's the semiconductor equipment maker, the behemoth of all behemoths.
Wow.
No surprise, AMAT breaking new highs, or if you will. Micron is the one that I'm very upset that got away from me. I took some aggressive positions and got paid on, I'm not going to lie. But I cannot believe, I don't care if this was on a Wednesday, a Sunday, a Friday, who had earnings, who didn't have earnings, right through there with the volume.
Yeah.
Oh, it was up $4 at one point. I can't believe it.
Can't expect perfection at the crap table.
No, you can't. What else was I saying? All right, how about Keurig Dr. Pepper? I was posting here. Let's go to TradeGATEHub.
What a gap.
Well, TradeGATEHub, it is. And by the way, Coca-Cola yesterday had bad numbers. You see this candle opened in the hole and finished at the high. So I thought there might be something with consumer cyclicals, if you will. So KDP, I've been following it. Gerard, I know you've been following it. I know he's on here. Is this? Here's an example. And we saw this through the Jesus flow. This was just even, by the way, about a week and a half ago. 1 million, this is bar chart, we use the common, almost 330,000 KDP monthly 35 traded today. 1 million options on Keurig Dr. Pepper. So I'm saying it's kind of safe a little bit.
Wow.
I'm not really the one to chase that type of retail headline because it could be juiced in a little bit. I see that earnings have been popping a little bit. Coca-Cola making that move pushed me into it. So Keurig Dr. Pepper, why not? Here it is. Look good on the chart. A little bit bought over the RSI. I thought the gap here was 34. I thought the risk to reward was worth it. I looked at the monthly or the weekly. It was above the 33, so I knew where I had a defined plan. It wasn't a barn burner, but it made me $1.80 on something that normally would pay like a Micron.
Nice.
What's
McDonald's doing today, buddy?
McDonald's had a nice reversal, but let me bring up storage technology.
All
Some other stocks.
You mean back to the upside, McDonald's?
I don't know yet. I haven't looked at it. Storage technology, though, I mean, the
Yeah.
stock was trading down $2 pre-market fact, and what quite, by the way, had more volume than storage technology usually would because of that earnings. The stock pre-market was like 57. Next thing I know, the stock closed at 50, opens 58. I looked up, it was 63. It's a $5 move. So I said the RSI was overbought on the day. I granted I didn't think I'd get the exact top. I didn't try to get fancy here. I waited till it pulled back, and then it did and then I started shorting storage technology right here, 62.60, 62.50, 62.30. Next thing I looked around, it's 60.75. So I took $2 on whatever 3,200 shares without looking, if you will. Granted, it could have went the other way and kept going, but I did have the proverbial plan. So stocks are making these type of moves.
Yeah. And you know what, Mike?
Nio. How about punting Nio this morning at 30? I'm sorry, coach.
No, that's all right.
Actually, I punted Nio at 14.10. Price target hit. I turned around, it was 13.27. Now on 36,000 shares remaining, from 14.10 to 13.27 is another 36,000. It's a big money,
Yeah.
I know I'm not the biggest trader. I'm certainly not the smallest, but that's a heck of a move. Not gonna lie. And everybody knows that US was one of my biggest positions. And 937 it closed that. This is also the battery maker, heavily shorted. Came in with the bull flag. I thought I was a hero. I started selling, the stock closed at 940. I thought I was a hero selling at 1130.
Yeah.
The next thing I look up, I sell more at 1190. So I said, holy, it was up 40% at one point. So then I took the last punter at 1230, at 1252, realizing that still the meat on the bone, the last move is the biggest. So my last sell, granted, the stock went from 943. I'm selling at 1243. What is that? $4? 9, 10, 11. Yeah. The last move is in at 1320. So it even had another 90 cents on top of it. So now a hell of a move. I'm holding a little bit. Same with Weight Watchers. I punted that at the high. That had a nice move for us. But you know what, Coach?
So you're booking a lot of stuff that's coming off, because there are two headwinds that the market is, just whistling past. Yields are sharply higher, dollars sharply higher. And, usually the market doesn't love that. They prefer a weaker dollar and lower yields. So
I appreciate that. No, that's
look at
the macro situation we have to look at going into the even tonight or to earnings and into next week. And I know what you're going to ask me because we work well together. And just as the same, you taught me about the RSI not breaking, a very, very key intraday thing that I was retaught or got the muscle memory back going, is that what are the sweepers doing? Because you know what, all this see this storage technology move, like I say all the time. Yet sometimes I'm a retail trader, sometimes I'm a hedge fund trader. But you know what? As I say see how this storage technology had a $6 move or maybe a $12 move within the first half an hour. Now I say, and this is a lot of the stocks look this way after having big moves, is that it only has what, a 40, 50 cent move now. So this is retail money. And going into the close, we're going to see how the pro money does. And that's the same as all the option flow coming into today, including these option names. So let's look at some flow. And this is what I would do with, if somebody would say, how's the option flow look? This is what I do. I go to PSQH, thin stock. I don't want to trade it. It's a former SPAC. EOS, not interested. MDLZ, obviously that's Mondelez, macro Europe, not interested. Intel bearish. All right, let's take a look at Intel. Now, I know it's not a barn burner, but Intel thought can lead to other thoughts, other charts that are the same. So here's Intel. It's not making the new high, as you would say. It is one step of good news away from breaking out or breaking lower. It should be up because of up more because of MU. But Intel, I'll keep an eye on it. But this is what I also say when I look at sweepers, which I'm going to move on quickly. July. That's no interest. It's like a week, whatever it is. What is it? It's a month away. 3 weeks away. Not interested. Skin, not interested. Cisco, August. All right. August. Triple momentum stock. Target bullish. I actually am bullish on Target.
July 28th.
Yeah, I am bullish on Target. You know what? I'm bullish on Target. I bought some in the fund, and I'm also long a lot of this big lots that goes along with it. Big lots I like. I think this is one of these plays that is a weekly that can keep going up as maybe the market pulls back a little bit. I'm trading a lot of big lots. Look at this. I've been selling it. I've been trading a lot of it, trying to corner the market in big lots here. But I think it's got more of a move up. It's heavily shorted. It's actually like the QS of retail stocks. I'm not going to say it's going to move up 40% like freaking, but big is heavily shorted. I like the fact that Target is taking calls. I like the fact that Walmart's still hanging in there. Costco, all, you know, so I think this big lots could be like, what did it say, the reversion to the mean or something,
Yeah.
where
Plays catch up.
okay, so I like the fact that Target's taking a little action because, you know, Target's beaten down because of all this stuff, you know, what do they call it, stuff, macro stuff, macro things. VFC, a good position in the fund. I might add to go more there. I did catch the bottom. Doesn't look like a lot, but from 1790 to 20, that's a good move. So I'll finish it off with what's real and what I'm looking at to make any credence here. RSP, August puts, nope. AAL bearish, Comstock return. So far I'm looking at 30 minutes of what should be a heavily active feed in an earnings day like Meta, Google taking some calls, rotating into oils. I'm seeing the
not
31 minutes, nothing. Q's bullish.
Yeah.
Guys, July. It's playing, you know,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
IONQ, okay. 500 August calls. Let's look at the chart on IONQ. That's the you know, the memory, not the memory play, artificial intelligence play, or what do they call it? A quant. They do.
I wouldn't buy it here.
No, I wouldn't either. But you know what? Somebody's going out until August. They're probably pressing it. I don't know why.
Maybe on a pullback,
Yeah, maybe on a pullback. But so my point being is there's a lot of resting to do. JP Morgan, somebody's adding to October. I don't blame the guy. That guy's intelligent. Okay. And what, and should he be? JP Morgan.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Nobody would argue with that guy. There's a weekly, there's the daily, you know, Wells Fargo after the buyback yesterday pulled back a little bit. Let's see what that has, a little, you know, coming back maybe the 45-ish. I like, you know, it's not a barn burner, but it's almost like the same reason why I bought big lots. It still has some catching up to do with the years and almost a decade of overhang going back to still the banking crisis. So bottom line is there's range, there's price action, and there's movement, but I don't see anybody backing up for it. You have to, and a move like this, especially like you said, the gentleman before, the guest that you have on, and I'm going to know who that was because I'm going to press the red YouTube icon and I'm going to watch your video right after I get off here. But point being is that here I posted this morning, and I post greed meters every morning.
Yeah,
So
you do.
You can interpret it any way you want. It might be bullish or bearish. It's up to you to ask me if you want. Where's the greed meter? Right here. I had it. Gold coach was active this morning, selling and buying. There's Goldman. What they say, by the way, nobody. I didn't give my opinion. There's Goldman rundown. You can take it for what you want. Here. Oh, here it is. Let me get to the greed. Here's greed index. And by the way, this is on bar chart. Market momentum, extreme greed. Price strength, extreme greed. Breadth, extreme greed. Put calls, extreme greed. And why does that say that? Because we also brought that up this morning. Colleen's. There's put calls right there. So the information, we want you to be able to trust it, because I'm not here to disseminate it. I'm just telling you 4 to 5 to 6 tools that a lot of the pros predicate, you know, based upon short-term to long-term trading use. Sentiment, put call option, option flow, price, volume. You know, it's not that hard. You know what I mean, coach?
Your process, I learned from you and your process, and you really can absorb a lot of market information quickly and disseminate it. It's not an easy thing to do, Mike.
Well,
So,
you know, you do something. Listen, coach, I didn't split the atom, but the bottom line is you do something for over 25 years, going on to 30 at a high level with passion. I'm not here to pat myself on the back. You're probably going to back into something very nice regardless. And I have to thank TradeView Markets and, of course, the executives, or one particular person, for backing me and never flinching. So here we go. Extreme greed. It's up to how you play it. Here is the if you ever saw a skeleton, you know, of like a what do they call an X-ray. This is your X-ray here. Look at all the stocks above the 200 moving average.
Yeah.
The short term, we'll even take the 50-day, which I like to consider the more swing here. 80, 100, 90, 80, 80, 80. You know, it's up to you how you play it. The 5-day moving average, all right, some things are rotating, as you can see on my screen, between gold, some oils, some retail. Crocs is down $18 today, for example. CMG is down 190. Whether or not that's exacerbated or not, that's up for us to decide, or you to decide. I have no opinion yet. I haven't disseminated it, but you did ask, and I'll leave this about McDonald's, which I didn't look where it was, but that was one of your shorts.
and it's going to push up to new highs here.
Oh, you know what? That was down this morning nicely. You know what? It did the same as SDX. They caught everybody. But if it does break below this two, it's still below 300. It had earnings.
I mean, topping's a process.
Well, certainly not breaking a new high into earnings.
Yeah,
It's certainly holding below the 300 cycle.
But look at the RSI. If it breaks a new high, it's going to be such a weak reading. Very weak reading. If McDonald's makes a new high. Yeah. That's, that's a lack of mo, man.
I mean, just like I'm saying, for 4 days down with volume. Forget about the 3-day rule. 4 days down. This stock had volume, coach. There was no option expiration.
Right.
4 days down with volume. You think you have it, and one day you eat. That's the first. And by the way, it's hard to make money in a macro stock like McDonald's going down 4 days because, like you said, one of these big fund stocks takes time of this process. I'm sure this will take time, but.
Yeah, I love that old expression, the whipsaw we're getting in the action in the markets up here. New highs, pull back, new highs, pull back. The expression is that markets top with violence and they bottom in silence. So we're definitely getting some violence with the moves. Like you just point out, you have 4 decent down days and in 24 hours, it wipes out all that decline with one candle. So things are starting to get violent up here.
You know what they are, coach. And I like it because as you could see,
I know you like it.
You said something facetiously, but it was the truth. And this is what I don't, the more insanity, the better I do. So
yeah. And you know what? You have the discipline to live by what you say, that the biggest moves come at the end of the move. That's when you get blow-offs and
But coach,
waterfalls.
You know what? That's like when your parents telling you don't smoke cigarettes and don't drink. That's something you learn on your own. And I got hurt on it for many years.
Yeah. Okay.
Thinking the other way. It's something that you learn on yourself. Obviously, we not to know run with scissors or speed, but you got to learn some things by yourself. Let me leave with this, coach, if I can. What I want to point out to the room is everybody is that we're all even if everybody's developing their own plan, as your TJ, welcome back, trades Forex and the V, we're going by symbols. It seems that more people trade currencies, Forex, and that's fine. That's good. I'm learning too. Pardon me. What I see is that even the people that are participating in equities are going to the right stocks. For example, let's participate. Okay. TJ saw my look on X. I appreciate, it's something worth looking at. For example, nice move in XX. Who else do we have? We have great ideas from Lewis. So Riven, the stocks that are in play, the room members are seeing that stocks stay hot for a couple of days. So the price volume action and range still gives you an out. And that's why we play that combination, because they tend to stay that way for a couple of days. If not, they rest and they resume maybe the next day or two. We call it a resumption trade. So I guess to sum it all up, listen, I'm not going to ever get tired of saying this. Besides TradeGATEHub being free and all our videos and YouTube channels, you're never going to be short of what's moving, and to have a good reason why all these financial instruments move, more notably equities and Forex. And thank you for everybody for participating. Notice that the market's getting more volatile, quite honestly. That's one of my better acumens. So stay in the room and we keep posting. And I thank everybody for tuning in. It's nonstop. Coaches in San Diego, California, 4 out. I'm in New York. Lewis is in Peru. TJ's I'm probably in England. Gerard's in Austria. Paul's in England. We got guys from all over the place. China members. So the more eyes, the merrier. And we just want to make it a one-stop shop where everybody can focus in and knowing what they do best. If you want to go to the stock room, go to the stock rooms. You want to go to Forex, punch up the Forex page. But we want to make it a one-stop shop for everybody to build their plan and know themselves, and then get in and participate in the room and just make the room better.
Thanks for sharing today, Mike.
I appreciate it.
See you in the room. See you in the room, my trading warrior brother.
Coach. Thank
everyone else.
Cheers.